Right, welcome back everyone to another one. And of course I'm doing another thunderstorm tracking today. Why do I hear myself? Okay. I don't know why that. Okay. Anyway, yes, I'm doing thunderstorm tracking across home counties. I do have many things to show you. There is some cells developing. There is a standalone cell, I think, developing across London, and some more heavier, possibly some cells developing across southern England, and then into possibly that is where I think the highest chance is for today. Is across the home counties for any thunderstorms. But let's get into. Let me just show you north and south facing cameras. That's the current conditions across here in Dunstable. Not much going on at the moment. So right, let's have a look at. You can see this new latest radar in its top right, just to keep everyone there and happy. Of course, I have the bar at the top saying what we are watching, and if there's any warnings out at the moment, what the text says in it, summary is basically no thunderstorm warnings have been issued. Currently watching the risk of potential thunderstorms developing over eastern England and the home counties. So that is basically what it says. So let's have a look at what is happening. So we have a possibly standalone cell developing across southern London, but probably just a heavy shower. We do have some heavier rain developing across southern England. This cell here, I'm pretty sure this cell here did produce a lightning for some time across southern and just near Exeter. That's basically the closest thing I know. Around here, it might it will be this cell here will produce lightning. Only a few lightning. It was only 13 lightning which were detected. But we are expecting, if I go into here, so we are expecting thunderstorms to develop in this area here. Was marked. This here has a risk. This is the first risk area with the red zone. The red zone here having the highest risk for thunderstorms today. So basically, home counties, Northamptonshire, Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, the west of northwestern London. Those areas there, they are the highest risk of thunderstorms to develop into around 6 p.m. right now to around 7, 8-ish. There is something starting to develop here, but I doubt anything will happen from that at the moment. Look at it. Looking at the radar, nothing much is happening at the moment. But if we have a look, this area here has the highest risk of thunderstorms, in my opinion, today. There is a chance in southern England, in that area there, for maybe a embedded thunderstorm here and there, but in general this risk area here has the highest thunderstorm chance, and then being followed by this area here. I'll just move that this area here, and the first area of thunderstorm risk being this box here. Again, if any questions, feel free to put them in the chats, and I'll be happy to answer them. Retracted. What does message retracted mean? Message retracted. How does that mean? Right, anyway. Have a look at Hocko, my Hardy Outlook, great person as well for thunderstorm forecasting. Have a look at this run here. It does have a, I would say, low, medium risk across this area here. Some more high risk across Swindon and near Norwich there. But I would say, yeah, as I was saying, this here is the highest thunderstorm risk for today at the moment. Have a look at my run. It doesn't have the risk there. It is still in beta. I'm still working on it. So this area here has the highest risk of any thunderstorms. So yeah, this model will be coming out on June 1st, so that is basically 4 days away, so you should get excited. It is still in beta. I am still working on it at the moment, but it is getting there slowly. They have the run for tomorrow, and that is, yeah, if you press on that, it is saying estimated. It is, there's data points around the map, and they're close to the one, that is why it says estimated. Have a look at Hocko, right here, another great model. You can see, so it shows this here, and my model shows this here, so basically the same thing. Have a look on 30th of May, right, same thing. Ireland has a high, bit more higher chance on Saturday, and then Scotland has a higher chance on Sunday. I would say just don't trust it at the moment. Any chance of thunder in a rugby? That's right, so rugby is rugby. I need to remind myself where rugby is. Okay, why is it not working? This isn't it like near Birmingham? Oh, there. Possibly. You do have kind of shower. Didn't say there's anything at the moment there, but you do have a risk, but a very, very small risk. In general, have a look at Hocko. Yeah, like a very low risk. It'll basically 0, I would say. Why does it usually say message retracted? What does that mean? What else I'm gonna go through? Yes, windy. I gotta turn this off. Reload it. Have a look where thunderstorms could develop over the next hour or so. Let's get my trusty pen out. So here we know this is basically rain. Here we could have a thunderstorm, as it is this here. It did produce lightning for some time, near Exeter. Not really near, but alright. We could see possibly a thunderstorm developing here. So we are basically, wherever you look was a bit more darker. That is where possibly a thunderstorm could develop. Have like the radar. that there somewhere is that. This is like tracking this way. Northern London. Yeah, it is just basically the waiting game at the moment. It is basically the waiting game. I'll say give it another hour or so, and then we could see some Thunderstorm Development possibly. We just have to wait. Again, if you have any questions, put them in chat and I'll be happy to answer them the best as I can. So these storms, not really storm, this more heavy rain is tracking this here. And this here is tracking basically in this direction, I'm pretty sure. Just make sure I'm not talking absolute bullshit. Not on a map, I want. Oh my god. Fill load. No, okay. Just. Yes, these are kind of moving. And these storms here are moving like in this and that, sorry, this direction basically, or that direction a bit more towards London basically in some shape or form. That could become a snell possibly, could start producing lightning, but at the moment nothing is happening. Also high level cloud in Norfolk at the moment, so let's have a look at satellite. Yeah, I would say so. Have a look at the radar. You do have that initial kind of front moving through, which moved through earlier. Go back. It kind of died off. Not much rain came through at all. Yeah, it is basically high level cloud. It is nothing much happening at the moment. Only some drizzle. That's basically it. If you're lucky, at least. Because most of the rain didn't even reach the ground. Any questions? Ooh, Bournemouth, Peter Bumfware has some strange looking clouds tonight. A few storms offshore too. Yes, is this storm up? Yeah, is this storm here? It did produce lightning offshore around an hour ago, so it has died off. It's probably just some heavy rain, maybe some hail, and that's basically it. Nothing else. How is it? Okay, that's about going to fix. How is it -3? Yeah, nothing happening over the UK as of the moment. And some heavy rain. I'll say heavy rain down south. And some rain around. At the moment, nothing is happening. Nothing to talk about at all. Again, some rain. Very light rain pushing through from the cloud. I'll say, was it a front? I don't know if it was a front, I don't remember. Something pushed through. It's bringing some very, very light rain. It is very light. Only maybe 1 or 2 drops fell here in Dunstable. It was showing rain, but absolutely nothing came down. There is, I think, some rain developing here, but they might become to thunderstorms. But by the straight, I don't think anything will become to thunderstorms. There's no activity at all. I've got thunderstorms, yeah. This is the ECMWF run. I think this is ECMWF. Or is it just general? I can't remember how to check. Yeah, we do have some thunderstorm possibly developing within the next hour. But it does move through quite quickly over to eastern England. So these areas here might have a higher chance than here. I was expecting them earlier on. If you're watching on YouTube, if you haven't already, please subscribe. This is today's lightning. What happened last night? I think this is all of it. I did accidentally press the wrong button last night, and it stopped. So I don't know if this is all of it or not. It is being quite active across Europe at the moment. A lot of thunderstorm advisories have been issued by the TCM auto warning. Very active across Italy, Greece, Albania, Turkey. Let's have a look at just a heat map. Yeah, across Milan, I think it is. Yeah, across northern Italy is very active today. Very, very active. Have a look at how many lightning strikes there is. It's a new feature for TCM I mentioned yesterday. 10,000 lightning strikes in this box. If you just make it a bit smaller. In this box here, 7,000 lightning strikes alone. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask now. I'll try my best to answer. Back to the UK. Again, most lightning strikes did happen over Sheffield, was it? Yeah, just to the north of Sheffield, and just to the north of northwest of Peterborough, and just north of Dursley. Those were the most lightning strikes happened. North of Sheffield last night there was 666. North of Peterborough 773, and north of Dursley 250. Why don't you use windy.com? I do use windy.com. Right here. I'm just showing off my own website. And I use NetWeather for radar because it's just more accurate. If you look at windy, it's more. You do have the windy radar in the top left. Anyway. Has Hoko updated or not? There you go. Don't think so. Nah, okay. Again, my latest model, the TCM model, coming out on my website June 1st. At around this, I think around 7 PM. June 1st. Link is in my profile on X and on YouTube. Again, some. I thought I was hey, alright. Yeah, again, some heavy rain across southern England, but that is basically it. Nothing much else is happening. Have a look at the north and south cameras. To the south, the bottom one, it is looking like something is brewing up. Have a look out the window. It does look like something is starting to brew up. To the south and to the north as well, it does look like something is starting to brew up slowly but surely. If we have a look at the satellite, I don't think it is fully updated. It is probably this here. This is what I'm looking at. It hasn't still shown on this radar. Probably could see that Thunderstorms starting to develop slowly but surely over the next hour or so. Again, not much happening at the moment. Everything for a storm in East Anglia. Well, nothing about right now. Yeah, maybe around. Have a look at the thunderstorms layer. If we go to 8 o'clock. Ooh. So it has changed. Alright, around 9. Maybe in East Anglia. Storm chance. Maybe a few lightning strikes, but not much. Again, as I did, if you looked on my X, this is the most likely area. This area here in red, and then this is the later risk, and this is the current risk. Until around, I think I marked it as 8. This is from 7 to 9, and this is from 9 onwards. Sorry, 8 onwards, sorry, not 9 onwards. Again, this is my latest model. The outlooks are not working because I haven't issued one. And the high resolution is not working because I haven't issued one as well. There are just some heavy showers about at the moment across southeastern London and possibly just edging into the M25 there. Again, heavy showers across southern England. A hail core might be developing with this one just to the northwest of Bournemouth. Northeast, sorry, not northwest, my bad. Anything for the weekend storm wise? I'm not saying this would be perfectly accurate, but Saturday, maybe not over Northern Ireland and Scotland. I'm not saying this would be perfectly accurate. I'll have a look at the models. I think it is still in beta, so I'm not 100% sure if it is correct. British Isles. Yeah, looking at Saturday, maybe there is a chance that I do see some heavy rain. It might be just rain, or it might be some thunderstorms as well. And then nothing for Sunday at all. Other models. Actually, let's have a look at UKV. The UKV does have something developing around 8 for home counties. Some sort of fun. So let's have a look at the Mograps, not Mograps, the higher resolution one. Why is it such far away? Precipitation rate. No, it has sort of the same thing. Anyway, Friday, Saturday. What? Yeah, over Saturday there's risk of thunderstorms on Northern Ireland and Ireland, and then Sunday, yeah, there's some risk of over Northern England and southern Scotland. There might be possibly a hail core just to the northeast of Bournemouth, possibly our first developing storm of the day, inland at least. Yeah, look at it, possibly, no, that's the wrong one. Possibly a thunderstorm developing here in this little cloud blob, which you can see if I just switch to this camera. just in front, that is probably what it is capturing at the moment. That brewing up cloud. Possibly here. We do know there's something going on here, here, and here. Possibly later on today. And here. Here. Let's see if there's any lightning strikes at the moment. That's the wrong one. No. So I suppose something. It's forecast. Elevated thunderstorm currently moving alongside central. Yep. Yeah, that's what we've been mentioning. There is possibly a thunderstorm or two in. What have I just done? Across southern England and the coast. Yeah, there are lots of. I read that. So, yeah, I read that more. I don't. What was it then? Okay. If you have already, please drop a follow. I'll really appreciate it. Where was I? Maybe there we do know that's just that. Maybe shower 2. Maybe a thunderstorm might develop there later on. We do know there is a thunderstorm here. Just to south of Poole. And just to the north of Bournemouth, which is that there. It's bugging absolutely. Thank you. Do have a slight risk for Sondingen at least, covering that risk of thunderstorms for today, which is this here. Again, I would say a higher risk over home counties today, as you can see from this graphic here, which is set for 9-ish. From 7, not 9. We could see a thunderstorm develop here. Just so I can see with darker cloud. We do know here, and actually, I'll start over. Let's go green. So you know there's a thunderstorm here. Are you mad? And there's a thunderstorm here, and over here. Possibly a thunderstorm developing over here, back here. Possibly one development of thunderstorm, and the main risk area for today is the home counties around this block here and this polygon here. The first main risk will be in this area here, and then into the evening higher risk will be over this area here. So here is a photo. They're very faint, but I captured red sprites, and the first time last night there was a large thunderstorm over Wales, approximately 150 miles away. The waxing Gibson moon, the west, was almost suddenly drowning them out a bit. So yeah. Is it bugging out a bit? Or is my internet just slowly crashing out on me? I've got so many things on. at the same time. That is like 20 minutes behind. That's like 20 minutes. I don't know why it's not showing this here. Oops. We have something developing it. And here, as we were mentioning numerous times already, it's right behind. I'm gonna quit. No, it's for alright. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in like a minute or so. Right, so I'm back. So there are a few thunderstorms developing across southern England at the moment. In these areas here. Let's press that out real quick. And just put you to this screen. If I can spell thunderstorms correctly. Right, sorry about that. So where was I? Yep, there's a few thunderstorms developing across southern England at the moment. These storms here, uh, they are basically thunderstorms. They don't have any lightning at the moment, as you can see from the lightning map. Probably only some thunder, but no. Oh, sorry. But no lightning at the moment. I showed that again. There's no lightning from these storms. Only possibly some thunder. Oops. The wind is showing into the south. I don't know if this is just a bug, or is there a bug with this? It might be both. Or I don't know. Anyway, again, there might be a thunderstorm developing to. If I just turn this off and expand that. Again, we do know that there is a thunderstorm developing. There is a thunderstorm here. Here. Around these points here. This is basically where I've confirmed thunderstorms at the moment. But we do have a chance of thunderstorms about here. Around Slough area, possibly here in the back of these, possibly two developing here, maybe across Milton Keynes, and let me just have a look at radar real quick. Possibly here as well. And as I mentioned before, this area here is the most likely area to experience storms. That's a bit too big. This box here is the most likely area to experience storms over the next couple hours or so. Just give me a second. Radar on. No, so that okay, don't worry. Just checking everything is updated properly. Again, no lightning happening at the moment. Across home counties as expected. You have a few thunderstorms developing to the south, near the Isle of Man, Paul, and Southampton. At the moment, Southampton is looking like it does have a dome or something around it. Only a thunderstorms around Southampton, not in Southampton. Right, sorry about that again. Look at YouTube. Okay, let's have a look at the north and south cameras. Have a closer look at the southern camera. Yeah, there's. I can see a few. Did you hear that? No, I can't. So things on over it. Alright. And so like a few storms developing to the south. A bit more cloud. It does look like a cumulus is developing. On my view, I am going to take a picture of this. It does look like a thunderstorm is starting to bubble up just to the south of Dunstable. If I just so there's something starting to bubble up. I don't know why you can't really see it. I don't know why it's like. I'm trying to focus it, because it is falling. So daily. Is that better? It is. It is a bit bright. I don't know why. I don't know why it looks bright and even bright on the YouTube stream. It looks bright. I am going to try and fix that. Okay, that should help, I think. How it looks. And you can see it better than it was. Just like completely turn that down. You just can't see anything, so 1 second everyone, just bear with me. I'm trying to sort this out. should be better, I think. Looks better. No, it's still bright as hell. Of course it is. You reckon storms will initiate across the east, or looking unlikely? Across the east, there is a chance there might be something developing. We'll just switch. There might be something developing right here, possibly moving to Colchester in that general direction. You just basically, it's a waiting game. It's mostly a waiting game. Nothing really happening at all at the moment. Only across the south, where storms have developed. They will be moving towards London in that general direction. Maybe a cell might be developing across Heathrow. Very impressive colours across Heathrow. Look, close look at Heathrow. I lost it. Yeah, it'll be this here. It'll be like something here. Sorry about that again. Or, no, this is here. Sorry. Might just be a bug or something. I don't know. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you're watching on X, follow the accounts if you haven't already. I gotta go over this again. No, it's completely the wrong extension. Give me a second. Okay, so I won't be getting confused with it anymore. Yeah, so be these storms here and here, they're all moving in it towards London. Basically like this, normally. Not the arrow's going, not the line. This is moving this way, off the sea, inland. There is a lot of Cape element in the atmosphere. A lot strong wind shear as well, but just not enough surface heating today, which may kill off the storms, which may not allow many storms to develop. We do have another picture opportunity for cloud. If I just open this to X, and then show you there is something developing. I might be able to see it. Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, you might be able to see something to the south. Okay, that just looks just in the top corner. I'm going to turn off the filter. Filters, delete. That is a bit dull. I don't know why it looks dull. Why does it look dull? Give it some more saturation. There we go. Looks more like it now. And if you can see it, no, you can't really see it, of course. It's like not working completely. Delete the filter. Oh, why it looks so dull. I mean, it kind of actually dull through the camera. Sorry, the iPad. This through iPad. I'm actually just gonna go into here. Show you like this. Okay. Didn't show. Okay. Anyway, let's go back. This is where? Well, I'm guessing on the south coast. This here. Again, something developing to the south of the Thunderstorm. Have a look. This here. This here will probably, these two might become to a thunderstorm at some stage. We're moving in this general direction, a bit this way. Have a look at the southern storms. Probably hailcore, possibly, or just heavy rain. So these storms here. Primary track right. So these storms here, all moving in this general direction into London. Again, heavy rain, some thunderstorms. Let's have a look at lightning. No lightning at all. I know the lightning's working. Just to make sure that it is working properly. Just to make sure. Yep, okay. Just to make sure it is all working properly. Not trying to doubt my own website, but okay, something's wrong in coding. Anyway, again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to answer them. Again, let's have a look at the cameras for south and north. Towards the north, the top one. No, I'm gonna add text. North. North, and then south. There we go. No, if you lot get confused. And now that changed to okay. Okay, maybe let's not do that way. There we go. Just move that one. It is looking nice and janky. It is building itself up slowly but surely. I can see. Let's have a look to the north, Morley, for a split second, whilst I picture business. Install from the south. Okay. I'm sorry for being big now. Read anything at the moment. Developing. Switch to overlay. There might be a cell developing over Reading. If we get the pen out, yep, cell might be developing over just to the north, east, bloody hell, of Reading. So is this here for sure? Yeah, all storms are moving in a eastward direction. Most storms. So these storms are like they're moving just like this way. So if you make the pen out to these, if this is moving, it will be moving this way. This one, it will be moving this way. And these storms over here, they're moving in a slightly this way direction. There is a possibly new storm developing just to the east of, so north of Exeter. I'll look if anything is producing lightning at the moment. Absolutely nothing is producing lightning. Let's have a quick post of that, and let's change that if it will allow me. There you go. As developed to be Exeter. Is that how you spell it? Yes. Exeter, not Exeter. Eater. Post. Right. Again, not much happening at the moment. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be changing the thing in just a second. I'm just changing a couple of things here and there. Right. Getting off that cell there is moving this way as well. I'll be going off for a break around 3 minutes for around 5 minutes. Yeah, I shouldn't try. Yep, I'll be going off for a break in around 5 or so minutes. 3 or so minutes for around 5 minutes. Just give me a second. I need to. If I can spell scene correctly. How do I do that? Let's see. Does it change? I think it does. No, it doesn't. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Make that black. There we go. Okay. It's got that working. And I'm kind of looking at the radar at the moment. Nothing much going on still. I just realised I'm on a radar image 40 minutes ago. Maybe that's what I'm seeing, so which is not actually on the radar. That's why maybe. Yes, I'll be right back in around 5 or so minutes. Have a quick break before I will return. Again, the UKV mod does have some development around 8-ish. So another 30 or so minutes. It does have these here. it hasn't really developed at the moment. I suspect all the energy is going into these storms here, not much energy elsewhere. Again, we do have something, but nothing much at all. So I'll be right back. Let me just give me a second. Push that to there. Go back to this. Our studio mode. Okay. And switch back to this. I'll be right back with you all very shortly.